very good morning. This presentation is brought to you by Resonate International with a mission to leverage knowledge worldwide. The topic being covered is Navigating Europe's Migration Crisis, Unavoidable Reality or Strategic Misstep. Ladies and gentlemen, Europe faces a complex migration crisis that extends beyond immediate humanitarian aid to questions of integration, economic impact, and social cohesion. With roughly 15% of its population now foreign-born, the European Union grapples with accommodating millions of migrants from diverse backgrounds, including economic migrants, asylum seekers, and refugees from conflict zones. The Ukrainian-Russia conflict has recently added new layers to Europe's migration landscape, underscoring the urgent need for structured policy solutions. Let us look at the history of Europe's migration. The recent conflict has led to one of Europe's largest displacements since World War II. Over 8 million Ukrainian refugees have entered EU countries, with Poland alone hosting approximately 1.5 million. Unlike prior migrations, Ukrainians faced fewer bureaucratic barriers as the EU activated the Temporary Protection Directive, granting immediate work and residency rights. This rapid response demonstrates Europe's capacity to act swiftly, yet it also raises questions about differing responses based on origin, as refugees from other regions often face long processing delays. The rapid integration of skilled Ukrainian refugees highlights differences in how migrant groups are absorbed across Europe. Looking at the history of migration to Europe, Europe's migration history includes labor recruitment in the 1960s from Turkey and North Africa, post-Iron Curtain arrivals in the 1990s, and the 2015 crisis spurred by wars in Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan. The 2015 wave alone saw 1.3 million arrivals, with 58% as asylum seekers, 24% as economic migrants, and 18% due to humanitarian needs. About 5% only entered without legal documentation. The contrast in integration rates among Ukrainian, Syrian, and Afghan refugees highlights Europe's varied responses to different migrant groups. Integration varies significantly by migrants' origin and the host country's socio-economic similarities. For instance, migrants from EU accession countries like Romania and Poland face fewer challenges, whereas refugees from Syria, Iraq, and Afghanistan encounter barriers from language to skill alignment. Ukrainian migrants achieved a 70% workforce absorption rate within their first year, while Afghan and Syrian employment rates remain under 40%, reflecting differences in skills and cultural integration needs. EU countries allocate approximately 10 billion euros annually for services supporting non-contributing migrants. Germany alone spends 20 billion euros per year on housing, healthcare and integration support for refugees, while countries like Italy and Greece report higher costs due to backlogs, with each integration program costing around 8,000 euros per migrant annually. Economic pressure from extended asylum processes emphasizes the need for timely integration. Despite the new pact on migration and asylum proposed in 2020, the EU's policy response remains fragmented. Some members, such as Poland and Hungary, resist accepting quotas, resulting in an uneven burden on countries like Germany and Sweden. Earlier establishment of a unified policy framework could have alleviated disparities. While Germany and Sweden have managed substantial integration efforts, other nations lack migration support structures, highlighting the need for EU-wide cohesion. EU countries set diverse expectations for language skills, job market participation, and cultural assimilation. For example, Germany offers extensive vocational training, and Sweden emphasizes language acquisition to enhance job market entry. Such programs, while costly, improve migrant absorption rates, benefiting both host nations and migrant communities. Surveys across Germany, France and Sweden revealed mixed feedback from migrants who arrived in these host countries. Around 40% of Syrians and Afghans report achieving security and stability. Yet, many express frustrations over limited employment and lengthy asylum processes. Over 20% of migrants from North Africa and the Middle East have voiced regret, citing difficulties in finding suitable jobs and facing discrimination. These insights underline the necessity for both structural support and realistic migrant expectations. Europe's initial policies, designed for immediate relief, lacked long-term integration structures, thus leading to slow labor market entry and resource allocation issues. Transparency in processing times and consistent integration pathways could have mitigated some economic strain, underscoring the need for honest evaluation of past policies. What is the learning possible for Europe from models in other countries? Canada and Australia both have point-based immigration systems, prioritizing job skills and integration pathways. They serve as valuable examples for European Union. Adopting a similar framework could help Europe streamline migrant classification and balance humanitarian support with practical integration needs. What is the way forward for the EU? The EU's path forward must include clearer distinctions between economic migrants, asylum seekers, and humanitarian entrants, with fair distribution across member states to relieve pressure on high intake countries. Comprehensive language and vocational training, coupled with private sector partnerships, could further enhance job absorption. Strengthening border security and standardized asylum processing will reduce economic strains, creating a system more resilient and fair for all. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, Europe's migration crisis calls for an honest reassessment, recognizing the diverse backgrounds of migrants and the shared responsibility of EU members. Learning from past missteps and adapting successful international models could transform migration into an opportunity for growth, positioning Europe as a model for both humanitarian support and structured integration. Good luck, best wishes, and God bless.